Greetings, YouTube. In the average working year in America, there are 2,080 hours. 52 weeks a year, 40 hours a week. That's the average. So, if you were earning minimum wage and can find a minimum wage job that actually has scheduled the full 2,080 hours, some interesting comparisons between 1979 and 2011. Now, the minimum wage in 1979 was $2.90 an hour, whereas the minimum wage in 2011 is $7.25 an hour. And if that difference, $2.90 and $7.25, seems like it's pretty close to each other, you'd be right, because inflation has completely decimated the value of minimum wage. Minimum wage has not kept pace with the proper inflation values that it should have. Funny about that. I wonder why that is. But neither here nor there. Now, if you were working minimum wage and you had wanted to, say, go to school so that someday you could make more than minimum wage, not an unreasonable concept, you would have had to work a total of, let's see now, 256 hours to make your annual tuition in 1979. 256 hours, it's more than 10%, but it's less than 20. Cool. Whereas in 2011, you would have to work 923 hours. That's getting close to half your annual income. And if you were looking for insurance, and you were fortunate enough to work for someone that would actually offer insurance to a minimum wage employee, and that has changed from 42.9% in 1979 if minimum wage employees had access to health insurance to 25.9% in 2011. It's almost like things have gotten worse for minimum wage workers, but I must be crazy. Now, the most interesting thing is if you wanted to pay for those programs. You've got the insurance, cool. We're going to compare an individual policy to a family policy. So say you're just a single individual living at home with mom, or maybe you have a roommate, so you can actually split the costs of your expenses because you're a smart person. In 1979, it would take you 130 hours of all those 2,080 hours that you're working to pay for your health insurance. 130 hours. That sounds pretty reasonable. In 2011, it would take you 749 hours. Now, that's a lot more hours of your income going towards healthcare insurance. Now, if you were paying for a family policy, it would take you 329 hours in 1979 to pay for it. All right, that's a big chunk, but it's a family policy, so you could be covering 4 people, say, or 5 people. It's okay. That's really not all that horrible. Now, in 2011, a minimum wage job of $7.25 an hour to pay for your family plan would take you 2,079 hours, leaving you, at the end of the year, $7.25, which of course you would be having your taxes removed from as well. So you might walk away with $5 or $5.50 out of an entire year's work. Now, I know there are people in America that defend our healthcare system. I think they must be crazy. So could someone tell me why it isn't monumentally foolish to support a system that says if you want healthcare in America and you earn the minimum wage, that you have to spend 2,079 out of your 2,080 hours of annual work to pay for it?